you really believe that in 1969, when televisions were still in black and white and folks were still using rotary fucking phones, and most new cars sold in the United States didn't even have power windows or fucking air conditioning, that we just strapped two cowboys into what was essentially a fucking Coke can with a Chevy small block attached to it, and just launched them motherfuckers out into orbit on nothing more than a hope and a fucking dream, and somehow managed to land that glorified bottle rocket safely on an uncharted lunar surface, where they then got out and played hopscotch for a few hours, and then they got right back inside that motherfucker, and then somehow managed to launch themselves back off the goddamn moon with no infrastructure. And then a few short weeks later, they landed safely back on.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of, I mean, what homeboy is saying makes some sense. Yeah, back then, the cars didn't even have AC back in the days.
Right.
The windows was like this. But, hey, I don't know.
But then y'all have trouble getting two astronauts from the space station, but that y'all was able to accomplish that. I never thought it was real.
It's wild. But hey, he makes an interesting statement there. Makes you think. For real.
Y'all something. I need y'all to listen up. Listen up. Them graveyards ain't big enough to fit everybody in them. The graveyard never got bigger. It always been the same for years and decades, bro. It never got even bigger, bro. There are nobody in the graveyards. There are nobody in the graveyards. The minute you leave that cemetery or that graveyard, they take those people, bro. They re-dig the people back up and take them with them, bro. And they use them. I'm gonna tell you what they use them for. They use them for shit like this. Chick-fil-A you got right there. You got Burger King right there. Over there you have Wendy's, bro. I'm gonna tell you this shit, bro. Even in the fucking grocery stores, they put the shit in the packages, bro. Like, I'm not even lying, bro. Then you got Barbaritos right there, bro. What? I'm trying to tell y'all, trying to put y'all on game, fam. That meat shit is not for you.
That's not the first time I heard that.
That's wild. So we human meat. That's what we talking about in the restaurants.
We all cannibals at this point.
They are trapping your soul in the earth. It's a soul system, not a solar system. We start in the stars and we descend through the 7 planets, which give you the 7 chakras, the 7 colors, 7 days of creation, the 7 days of the week, Saturday for Sati, Monday for the moon, Sunday for the sun, and the 7 metals. This is where we come from, unconditioned consciousness. Our consciousness falls and conditions into these states to be created in this world. Each one of us is a star. Hue, man, light, manifested in physical form. That's why we say sister, mister, monster, stir is star. And when you're famous, you're a star. Ancient paintings of Jesus show a star being descended down. Now you know the real reason why Paramount show the stars descending down, going to the mountain. Freemasons show the path back to the stars. Each one of us is God experiencing himself in a divided state. But the archons in this world brainwash your mind to trap your soul in here. When you learn the language of symbolism, your life will completely change and you can see through everything.
Yeah, it gets deep, man. That's an everyday thing. You know, that's it's like religion. You have to live by that. Right? It ain't just a one day thing. Like you have to, like they say, you got to be about that life, straight up.
Oh my God, this.
The moon was brought here 12,000 years ago. Our moon is in fact an artificial satellite. It is not a real planet. It can literally leave our orbit underneath its own power. According to the Andromedans, it was brought here from Ursa Minor. from a star system called Chauta that had 21 planets in it. It belonged to the 17th planet. It was one of the 4 moons. Now, there are ruins all over it. The map is there. There are some pictures there. There's a lot more, which we don't have today. But it will be coming out. This is why the Apollo astronauts stopped going back. It's because there was somebody already there and they were told not to go back. This information is out there. Okay, our moon is 9.1 billion years old. 9.1 billion years old. It is in fact.
So, have we been to the moon, or that's a lie, that's bullshit? Or we been there and somebody or something, some entities told, hey, I can't come over here. Like, which one is it? It's deep, it goes deep.
Older than the Earth. Okay, many of the materials that have been found on the moon, minerals, don't exist on our planet. The moon did not belong to part of the Earth. It was brought here, literally. Our solar system has 8 artificial moons in it that were brought here. That can literally, underneath their own power, leave our solar system. And there are beings living on it. Now, the upper echelon of the world government know this. They've known it for a very long time. But they didn't want us to know because of the element of power. And we'll discuss that. Now, Earth has been colonized off and on for many hundreds of millions of years. The first race to actually chart our planet was a group from Alpha Draconis. They are reptilian beings. They're anywhere from 7 feet to 22
I've been hearing
feet
about
tall.
reptilians all my life.
1,800 pounds. And they don't like human beings. Not here, not anywhere. They were the very first to chart it. They were also the very first to actually have a small colony here 809 million years ago. Now, one of the very first colonies
Are these
or
the
places that was colonized on the planet is
The
North
reptiles
America,
too.
what we now call the United States. There are approximately, today, 1,833 of these reptilians still existing inside the planet. They have lived here for thousands of years. They live thousands of years. Their bodies are not like ours. They live anywhere from 100 to 200 miles beneath the surface. This is where they are. And it's all over. The planet is honeycombed with tunnels and caverns. There are approximately 18,000 what we know as grays between here and our moon, from underneath the surface of the planet and the moon. Now, the grays. The grays originally came from Zeta Reticuli 2. I'm giving you the Andromedan perspective. I'm not here to challenge anybody else's information. I'm here to tell you their perspective. The grays came from Zeta Reticuli 2. They left there 892,000 years ago. They got trapped in a war called the Orion War, which lasted 600,000 years. It was a galactic war between reptilian forces and human beings. What happened was they were captured by a group in Orion, the constellation of Orion, which is Rigel, Beltrax,
Orion's
Vega,
belt.
Samaya. They were genetically altered there. many of the female of their species were killed. So they could not reproduce, so they could control the race. They also genetically altered them so that their sexual organs would become atrophied, and eventually they just wouldn't be there because they weren't being used. Now, the Greys, at the same time this was going on, decided that the emotional part of themselves, of their personality, was their weakest link. So they literally bred or thought out the emotional part of their bodies, of their character. Which is why they have no emotion. They're robots. Today, there are approximately 2,100 actual Greys, actual physical Greys, that have a soul, that are part of the original race, the lineage of the original race, in our solar system. All the rest, virtually every single one that are doing the abductions on people, are clones. They're robots. They're not. They don't have an essence. They don't have a soul in them. They're robots. Does everybody follow me so far? Okay. The Greys have a problem. They're dying. This is why they basically are here. Now we, as a planetary race, offer them a great opportunity to possibly save their race. But it isn't working. And I'll explain why that is.
Woo!
That was a lot.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Hey, man, y'all in the setup community, y'all go ahead and, man, y'all leave a comment, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think about everything this man is talking about. Y'all believe what he's saying, or have y'all heard this before, or something similar, something different? Y'all let us know down there.
Talk to us. 'Cause that was a lot.
Great day.
Creepy things that will happen in the future. Rented buildings. Humans living on Mars. Killer robots.
Yeah, we almost there. I mean, the homes being printed, 3D printed homes, they doing that now. Living on Mars, they still hoping and dreaming about that. And the killer robots, it already happened. We got some stories about China, that the robot killed some lab, some, what do you call that? The lab technicians try to upload something up to the satellites. So you don't know if that's true or not, but we're already almost there.
I'm still here for large language or long language AI. Or is it large language? It's large language.
I'm scared of all that.
I'm here for it.
I'm scared of all that.
I am here for it.
Nah,
Yes,
man.
that technology is fire.
I don't know.
The soul was sent here to grow and develop. So if you're not here developing your talent, your skills that they talk about in the Bible, and they talk about in your Quran, then you ain't did the life right, so you gotta keep on coming back. I was talking about, but you don't understand about coming back is the time don't exist. So everything is happening now. The past, present, and the future is all connected in every move. So you're just gonna die, come back in another body, but it's all happening right now like a long ass dream, but you just don't understand it. But when you wake up and open all your levels and you vibrate correctly, right? If you vibrate correctly and stay in the dark with meditation, then you can vibrate and get out of hell. That's what I'm about. And that's what Jesus came to everybody. You can get out of here. Everybody like, don't look up, for heaven is within. He kept on pointing to the heart. But they want to tell you to be smart in your brain, but your IQ level don't matter. It's about the heart, because the soul is in the heart. You die, you just don't know it. I died 5 times, right? And I'm telling you, don't go towards the light. I got tricked. I went towards the light, gang. The light bring you back here. Don't go towards the light, because the light is the devil. It's part of their trick. Don't play on me.
You were speaking about parallel universes.
Right. It's 7 of them.
How do they exist? I mean, how do we know there's parallel universes?
All right. Is that chair you sitting on solid?
Yeah.
It's an atom. That's not solid. It's 0.99999% solid, so it's not solid. It's moving, but you can't go through it yet unless you vibrate right. If you vibrate right, you'll go through that floor. You don't get it. We live in a magic world. The world's not real. When you sleep and when you awake, it's the same. But only thing when you come to this world, you get your taste. And in your other world, you don't get your taste. That's another universe too. I can control it. And you can too. Well, you do control it, you just don't know it yet. If you think something, and then you say something, and then you go do something, that's gonna happen. If you think like, I wanna be rich, then you gonna be rich if you start moving like you're rich. So it's kinda like you get to choose. That's one thing I like about life, right? Because you get to choose.
So when we dream, what is that?
You go into that dimension, right? You're supposed to bring information back from there. See, a lot of people just dream and they get up and say, I just had this dream, and they don't understand they're supposed to use that information. Because you kinda like got that from God.
So what about the dreams that you can remember it vividly, but it's like gone in a split second, right?
That's when it gotta get confusing. Like, I don't know if I'm sleeping when I'm awake or when I'm sleeping when I'm awake. I kind of like don't know the difference.
That's deep.
Are we stuck reincarnating on this planet?
Excuse me, one moment. I have to wait for the laughter on my side to die down.
I know it's a dumb question, but
It is not a dumb question. It is, however,
I keep
simply,
coming back here and I don't really like it here.
That's
so.
all right. It is simply an Earth question, but it's not a dumb question.
Okay. Well, I've had
One moment,
lifetimes
one
there,
moment.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
All right, now. No one is ever stuck, first of all. You make choices and there are consequences to choices. The idea may be that sometimes an individual, if they do not have an awareness that they have a choice, may in a sense cause themselves an experience called an immediate reincarnation because they don't necessarily know there's anywhere else to go.
That's true.
But you are not stuck.
Okay.
The idea is that everything you do is the result of some type of choice or some type of belief system or some type of perspective. Now, first and foremost, you must understand that, again, with regard to the actual nature of space-time, reincarnation is really ultimately a misnomer because time is an illusion. There is really no past, really no future. There is only now. So what you all call past lives, reincarnation, and so forth is actually simultaneous, multiple, concurrent incarnations all going on right now. But they're on different wavelengths, different frequencies, so you don't perceive one another. Similar to the analogy of your television programs where at any given moment, you know there are a multitude of programs all existing at the same time, but you only get the one you happen to be tuned to at that moment. And you don't perceive the others until you change the channel. So the idea is that all your lives are going on right now, no matter where they are or when they are, they're all going on right now. They all coexist on different frequency bandwidths. So in that sense, it's not about being stuck and coming back, stuck and coming back. They're all going on right now. And whatever connections you are making to other lives, you are making from this one. And in each life, whatever connections they may make to other lives, they are making from those lives. There's no true linear connection of one life that actually literally results from another life. That's an illusion. Do you understand?
Oh, I know that.
So, the belief system that you are stuck in that sense is what connects you to the idea of reincarnation in the way that reinforces the idea of being stuck. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So, also getting in touch with what there is to love about the experience you are having on Earth will also help loosen up your ability to perceive that you always have a choice. Does that make some sense?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
They are trapping your soul in the earth. Your body is a technological computer running the simulation to your mind, your consciousness. You do not experience the external world. You only experience the electrical impulses on your nervous system. You do not look into reality. What you see is an image produced by the visual cortex in your brain. You are only experiencing the brain and the central nervous system, not the world. The body is the earth. This is why the word heart is earth, because when the heart stops, you leave this veil of consciousness. The head is called the temple because this is where God resides. This is where the mind is, the invisible consciousness which has access to the other higher dimensions of consciousness. They have tricked you into materialism. They've tricked you into believing that you are only the physical body, which traps your mind in physicality. The mind can go forward and backwards in time, which means it exists outside of the third dimension, outside of time, space and matter. Your body is a part of the third dimensional construct, which means it can only stay in the present moment. It cannot go in the past or future, just like your mind can. The devil is the D-veil. They want your mind stuck to the physicality, stuck in third dimensional awareness. This is why they get you addicted to all of the physical pleasures, food, lust, money, and all material things, so that your mind keeps entertained by physical things. When you die, your mind will still have the same addictions from when it was in the physical plane. This means it will come back and reincarnate again into physicality. This is why you need to strip off all addictions and detach from the external world, because this body is just a veil on top of your consciousness.
This video is about the astronauts that are stuck in space. I want you to watch it till the end and decide for yourself where you think they are.
What began as a short test flight to the International Space Station for 2 NASA astronauts on board Boeing's Starliner spacecraft has turned into an unexpected and extended mission. Astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, who were supposed to spend just 8 days on the ISS, now face an indefinite stay due to technical difficulties with their spacecraft. Their mission, meant to be the final test before regular astronaut missions, has turned into a journey filled with unexpected problems and quick thinking.
Watch this video until the end, and I'll explain to you exactly what's happening.
Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
So the 25th Space Shuttle mission is now on the way after more delays than NASA cares to count. This morning it looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
I remember this.
Velocity 2,900 feet per second, altitude 9 nautical miles, downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
We saw it just a few moments ago.
Challenger.
45 seconds after liftoff, a huge fireball in the sky.
We have a report from the flight dynamics officer that the vehicle has exploded. Flight director confirms that. We are looking at checking with recovery forces to see what can be done at this point.
In 1986, the shuttle Challenger exploded about 74 seconds after takeoff, killing all 7 astronauts inside. Or did it? It turns out that 6 of the 7 are still alive and kicking today. Edison Onizuka claims to be his identical twin brother, Claude. Yeah, I've got an identical twin brother, Claude, too. The Challenger pilot, Mickey Smith, hasn't even bothered changing his name.
Cut it out.
He's Professor Michael J. Smith of University of Wisconsin. Now, Krista McAuliffe was a bit of a sneaky one. She was the Challenger.
Hey, the Setter community, y'all go ahead and leave a comment if y'all think this is all cap. This is all, man, they like they said, they straight story, and like, come on, man, like what's really going on? Y'all go ahead, man.
Reload specialist, quite famous for being a teacher. It turns out during her astronaut days she was using her middle name, Krista, and now she goes by her first name, Sharon, and she's a Syracuse law professor. The Challenger commander, Francis Richard Scobie, is now Dick Scobie, which sounds like a rather unpleasant disease, CEO of Cows and Trees Limited. Judith Resnick, the Challenger mission specialist, again hasn't even bothered changing her name. She's a professor at Yale Law. And finally, Ronald McNair, another Challenger mission specialist, claims to be his identical twin brother, Carl McNair. What are the odds?
The reason no one died on that shuttle is because no one was on that shuttle. And the reason no one was on that shuttle is because it was not going to space. Because like I tell you guys all the time, space is not a real place. Ever so often, they have to do something like this to justify why they have to stop and go back to the drawing board. We got to
Say it
figure
again.
things out. Can't go to the moon this year. It's too dangerous. Remember this right here?
We need to celebrate this moment in human history. Because Artemis 2 is more than a mission to the moon and back. It's more than a mission that has to happen before we send people to the surface of the moon. It is the next step on the journey that gets humanity to Mars.
Yeah, right. Nobody's going to Mars. Nobody's going to Venus. Nobody's going to the moon. And they can't fake it anymore. Technology won't allow for it. In 2 minutes flat, we'll be running that video through software, pointing out what's CGI and what's not. We'll be combing through it. They can't risk it. So what do? They keep delaying it. And they give you a reason for the delay. Hey, it's too dangerous. You know, people are getting stuck in space. People are dying. You know, no life is worth risking like that until we get this figured out. And most people will agree. And they'll just keep stalling until they figure out a new way to manipulate you. That's all it is.
Did we fake the moon landing?
Say it again.
We faked the moon landing.
Wow. So all this with Elon Musk and SpaceX, Crew 9, Crew 10, and all this.
He lied too.
Wow. Crazy.
Arrive, and we're going to hand the baton to Crew 10, and we are going to return to Earth at the end of a successful long-duration mission aboard the space station, performing that mission that we so deeply care about. And that handover will mark the continuation of a legacy that's been going on board the space station for 25 years. And so with that, we're happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Nick. We'll go ahead and jump right into...
She like that lady from 101 Dalmatians.
Just like they don't tell the black people
They
over here.
jailed her hair up. I'm not finna play with y'all.
No, they hanging upside down somewhere in the warehouse. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because, you know, you can go up in the plane, and then if the plane drop, if it drop too fast, you can free fall for a little bit, but not like that constant to lie.
My color people hair, or my clear people hair, it's gonna move, it's gonna wave, especially when she turned her head, it was real stiff. I'm not playing with y'all.
The Indians, they don't tell them like, oh, we need the Seminoles. Yeah, y'all really the Seminoles. All you fucking black people in America, y'all are the descendants of the Seminoles, Choctaw, Sioux, fucking Californians, Egyptian tribes, Cherokee tribes, Illinois Confederacy, Powhatans, and on 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 and on. They don't tell black people that over here in America, man. They don't tell Latinos and black people that they even the same. They got the Latinos thinking that they Puerto Ricans. And that makes them Latino. When if you look at Latino, Latino is the word applied to everybody down in South America. Right? And Puerto Rico not even over here in America. Right? So, you got real Puerto Ricans, if you want to call them that, that's in Puerto Rico. But a lot of you Puerto Ricans that was born in America, your ass ain't come from Puerto Rico. Your ass was over here, you was a tribe. And when they started dividing us with these titles, and they named y'all Latinos and named us African Americans, because that's all they fucking did. We always look different, y'all. That's why I showed y'all the black girl with the blonde hair. And the black girl that was damn near white. We always came in so many different complexions. We are the rainbow. That's why they call us colored folks. We are the rainbow. We come in many different colors and shades. We are colored folks, nigga. This is why they originally called us that. It's about the only name they called us that wasn't really foul when they called us colored folks.
Facts. Facts.
Do you think we live in a simulation? Do you think the earth is round? Do you think Antarctica ain't got no ice wall to keep you locked in? You dumb as shit. That's all. You don't know. You live a life not understanding where you at, and I know that. But when you leave here, you gonna research where the fuck you at. Yeah, I came here to fuck you up. You in a simulation game. So look it up. This is called an atom. And they told you about atom in the Bible, like I just told you too. This is the atom gang. It's moving. That's what I'm on. It's not solid. You ain't never touched nothing in your life. And you think I'm playing. This is not content. Look it up on your fucking phone. Swear to God, look it up. And ain't no sky neither. Ain't no sky neither. Oh, you think I'm playing? There's water up there. Oh, he laughing. He laughing. Look it up. Look it up. Hey, you think I'm playing? Bob tells us it. He think I'm playing. You live in a fucking firmament. You read the Bible, right? The Bible says you live in a firmament. Niggas a cap on this shit. It's a dome. It's a dome you live in. I've been trying to tell everybody. But nobody won't listen. Everybody think I'm crazy.
Whoa.
It's a fucking asteroid.
See, this it looks similar to the other one we was looking at the other day.
I think that's one of the ones.
Dude, what's the sparkling?
It's still going. It's still going. It just disappeared. It just disappeared.
No, it's still there. Look at
It's still there. It's still there.
It's still there. It's like sparkly. It's all the sparkly stuff right there. What is that sparkly stuff?
It just disappeared.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know, baby. I don't know. I really want to believe this, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Stranger things have happened.
What
is that?
That's a UFO. That's a UFO. What is that? What is that?
It definitely looks different from the other one we saw.
Holy shit. God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is that?
It's a lamp.
Jumping out of the hot tub. Look at all of them. Oh my God.
What could that be, man?
A gray people nest.
That's their bus.
Yeah, that's their nest.
That's their public transport.
1 minute.
Why is nobody talking about this? Scientists have just discovered a gigantic ocean 430 miles beneath the Earth's surface. Let me break this down for you. They went down 430 miles in the ocean and found an ocean inside the ocean. Does this mean the Agartha theory is real? Just a quick recap. The Agartha theory is that there is a legendary city said to reside in the Earth's core. Because think about it. How can you find another ocean inside the ocean? Everything you knew about the oceans is wrong. The scientists said that you could take all three of our oceans, Atlantic, Pacific, and the Indian, and put them together, and this new ocean is still 3 times bigger. This is what you're probably thinking. So they got to the bottom of the ocean, and then the water ended, but they then find another ocean. How do you go 430 miles beneath the ocean? Does the water stop at some point? And the craziest part, if there is water beneath the oceans, could that mean there is land beneath the surface? If you press share, then more, and then images, you can see the actual footage from the SCP Foundation. Why?
Zuckerberg doesn't age because he is an android designed to collect all human information and deliver it to a superior civilization. I want you to think about this. Zuckerberg hasn't aged a single day since he first appeared on the scene. It's not just a coincidence. Some scientists who studied his biography and public records have noticed anomalies. His metabolism seems to be stopped, his gestures are limited, and under certain types of light, his skin reflects what appears to be a synthetic texture. Meta, his digital empire, is not just a social network, it's a massive surveillance system. It doesn't just collect your interests and personal data, but it's also designed to read your emotions and predict your movements. According to unsettling theories, all this information is sent to a civilization that needs to understand human behavior before making direct contact. Zuckerberg would be the perfect intermediary, programmed to collect every detail of our lives and deliver it to these unknown entities. Now ask yourself, how can someone with so much power and so few flaws truly be human? Perhaps Zuckerberg doesn't just control our social networks, but also our future. Comment your opinion in the comments to see.
You need to see this, because America been playing in our face for 9 months straight. So you telling me they want us to believe that that man and woman that took that trip out of space 9 months ago is still out of space? For a second they had me. All of that shit was really believable, but this shit ain't adding up. And especially from what I just seen. Matter of fact, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Astronauts have been stuck in space for over 9 months. The man and the woman
Tell me what you see wrong. Just look. You got the man and the woman. What kind of place is this? How the hell did that guy get there with him? Who is that guy interviewing him? See, you know, the shit that got me was a little earlier last year, when they had the footage of them opening presents for Christmas. And I'm saying to myself, how did he get presents for Christmas? Now, you got a guy up there interviewing him? For real. So where he come from? So he just came up there and he can't leave either.
But y'all can't get him back.
We supposed to be suits, right? I just want to end on this note. Look at this shit. It's crazy, man.
This woman's hair is gonna grow right to the moon.
No, really. I'm out. You need to see it.
Right. Tell us what you think. That's fake. I'm trying to tell you. Let us know. I'm telling you that was fake. I've been saying it.
I don't know if that's a recent foot. I don't know if that's recent, no. But if that's recent, like that's fucked up. Like how y'all get brought up there, but y'all can't get those two back down here.
That don't make sense. Make it make sense. We can get somebody up here to interview y'all.
Wow.
No,
and he said there's something.
They is in somebody's Hollywood screen somewhere, and them people been hiding away in some 5-star hotel.
Man.
I'm not finna play with you.
Then they work in a warehouse every day with green screen and dragging cameras.
Yes. Hollywood.
Crazy things that were considered completely normal in the past. Human zoos. Human zoos were considered completely normal in the 19th and early 20th centuries. People from colonized regions from around the world were put on display in these zoos in places such as Europe and the United States. They were put in place for people to see the supposed exotic nature of different cultures. Sending children in the mail. In the early 20th century, it was legal and not uncommon to send children through the postal service. The parents would pay postage based off of the weight on the child. Once the postage was sorted, the child was ready to be shipped. Chained books at libraries. For hundreds of years up until the first...
Can somebody please leave a comment and say if this is true? And have y'all ever heard about this before? 'Cause man...
printing machine was made, books would often be chained to prevent people from taking them, as books were considered a major valuable back when everything had to be handwritten. There are some historical libraries around today that still have chained books on display, one of the most popular ones being in Hereford, United Kingdom. Crazy thing.
Wouldn't it be crazy if there are radio pulses suddenly coming from the Milky Way galaxy, unlike anything we've ever seen before? But I guess it'd be kind of crazy if NASA had lied about stuff like this before, right? Let's talk about Mars. Did you know that there are pyramid-like structures on Mars that almost identically match the Egyptian pyramid layout? Let's not forget about the face that was released in an old batch of photos that NASA had regarding Mars. Mars probe that took a bunch of photos. And I guess it'd be kind of crazy if NASA got caught red-handed photoshopping those photos to ironically make Mars look more red and alien than it actually is. Of course, after the controversy, NASA came out and said, oops, sorry, we lost all the photos. They've done that so many times. Remember this clear doorway that was found from a photo on Mars? And I guess it'd be really crazy if Buzz Aldrin came out and said that there was a monolith found on one of Mars's moons. Wouldn't it be crazy if there...
The first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. What? The first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
Nigga, what? The what?
So y'all around here
Straight
eating
up.
babies. That better have been like a mislook. She could have stumbled on her.
We living in times of revelation, baby. She talking straight up.
I wish she would have corrected that, like she corrected wars we fight.
I gotta hear that one more time.
First,
laughs.
This is a tour of all the secret rooms I built in my house in case a robber ever tries to break in. So if he manages to get past this painting at the end of the hallway, that's honestly no problem because I also built a secret mirror. This one's actually pretty cool because once you walk inside, you have your own little cubby to hang out in, and you can literally see the entire room from inside the mirror. I even tested it on my girlfriend. It's kind of funny, she had no idea I was here. I even planned out a robbery scenario where I told my cousin to come in and try to find me, and I was easily able to get them before they got me.
No way!
Now, just in case the robber that's robbing my house gets super thirsty from robbing my house, I actually built a secret room behind my fridge. It's actually pretty cool. I can see everything that's going on inside of the fridge. I again tested it out on my girlfriend. She wasn't very happy. Now, worst comes to worst, and I have to go mobile. I actually built this secret bush with a little go-kart attached to it, so I can pretty much drive it wherever I want around. This is a tour of all the secret rooms.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's really cool.
I want to do that.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's really tight,
That's
man.
dope.
What?
That's dope. We're going to do that and we're going to show you.
Straight up. You know, like he's swimming in the air. Well, yeah, guys, there it is, man. Was another episode. The Setup Reacts. Please, guys, please tell us what y'all think. Let us know what's going on. Tell us if all this that we done showed y'all was straight cap. These people lying out here, or is there some truth behind to some of the things that they saying?
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. Please. Thank you, guys. Hey. That was a nice episode, man. That was a good job. High five. High five. Yeah, we did that. That was a crazy episode right now. It was a crazy episode. We did that.